All right, hey guys, here we are, Baniff Springs, hole 1, par 4 again. So once again, I kind of mentioned this in the last one. We're going to do this guide again. You can see now we're getting the front pin. So this is the one where I mentioned kind of maybe putting on this Cruzar ball. So always kind of checking your pins when you know that it, there might be 2 pins for a green on certain tours. You'll want to pay attention to that, and you always want to check because you kind of want to prep for that pin that you see. Certain holes in this game only have 1 pin. Well, I think. I don't know if that's always going to be the case, but I know there is certain holes, I'm thinking certain courses where I've never seen it anywhere else but it's only a few holes, but usually there is alternate versions. So with that, and in fact, this actually looks like the 3rd version, because I think the other one's right here. So I actually didn't need that Cruzar for this one. I got a little cavalier with looking at that. But anyway, let's take a look at this. One of the things that I like to do, maybe put this backspin on. This usually does hit a downslope, so it likes to roll out a lot. Now, one thing that might change is with this headwind, it won't want to roll out quite as much. So you'll see that I might not play the fairway. I'm playing more of the green for a second hop. I'm going to do a small ring adjustment, not even 2 rings. And we're going to try to get that second bounce just on the front of the green. And, this won't roll out nearly as much as it's still rolling out, but it's not as bad of a tailwind, because I usually play that fairway. I usually play a lot of that fairway, but I restricted it there. I probably should. Obviously, as you can see, I shouldn't have restricted it as much as I did. So, keep that in mind. One thing to take from that shot I just did, always play that fairway. So never try to play it as aggressive unless you have like a Spectre and you can use like 6 bars, 5-6 bars. Then you can play it the way that I just did. And like I said, had I not got that headwind, I would have played the fairway. I would have played for much more rollout, and that's the way that I should have played it. But a lot of times with the headwinds, it is going to change the way that you need to play the shot out. So keep that in mind. And this is one of my favorites. So, and the reason being is I like not touching the spin. So, and I'll usually maybe just change this spot. I like to use this shadow. So you can see I'm right towards the base of the shadow. And with a little bit of side wind into the face, I'm only going to go just a little bit beyond his mark there. And we don't need to touch the spin or anything. Ultimate shot should give us a very good chance to roll this up perfect distance and get the hole out. So there you can see, ultimate shot, keep coming, keep coming. I know it's going to bounce to the right, and you can see there it's bouncing to the right. I'm going to miss by a little bit more than a cup. But you can see how easily we can nestle that up there just by using that technique. And if it's a tailwind, I might use a very similar line to what you just saw. If that was a tailwind, I might use a very similar starting point, and I might just use 1 bar of backspin. Now, let's say it's a headwind, though. I'm just going to move it up into that shadow. Instead of changing my spin and touching and changing a variable, I'm just going to move my starting point up near the shadow, maybe even into the top if it's like 2 in the face. So if it's 2 in the face, I might move it up to the top of that shadow and just play it natural and play the ring, move the ring as well. You'll need to still play the ring adjustment. Keep in mind, you're always playing the ring adjustment. So we'll do that, and it's really just dependent upon the wind. If it's a tailwind, I'm going to play exactly what I just did, but I might just tweak my backspin because I can't really land shorter. Okay, eventually I run out of green, so instead of trying to land towards that fringe, I'll add just a little bit of spin. So keep all those different winds in mind. Good luck. I'll see you guys on the next one.